This is K9WLW with a quick video. I wanted to demonstrate on how you can control your linking to reflectors with a YSF or fusion radio on your Pi-Star hotspot with the Wires X button on your fusion radio. Um, in order to set this up properly, I've set a hotspot up in YSF mode only in the configuration. And in the YSF configuration section, which is very short, only 3 lines on it, the YSF startup host, I set the default to none. Again, I don't want to control what I link to from the configuration page because you have to constantly hit apply changes, select a reflector, and it's a long wait time. So I'm setting the default reflector to none. Uppercase host files I have turned off. I believe the only radio that you want to change that to on is if you're using the Yaesu FT70. All the other Yaesu radios that have the Wires X button, you want to leave the uppercase host files off, and you want the Wires X pass-through turned on so that it will respond to your Wires X commands. Okay, that's really it for configuration. So I'm going to do a demonstration basically showing how to link to reflectors, how to unlink, and also how you can store your favorite reflectors. Okay, I currently have it unlinked. I'm going to switch over to the radio now so you can kind of see how it's done. It's not complicated. Okay, I'm not linked to anything, so let's say I want to link to a reflector. I go into search and direct. Well, before you do that, you have to put the radio in the Wires X mode. I should have mentioned that. Okay, this is the normal mode. If you want to go into Wires X mode where you can communicate with the hotspot from the radio, you do a quick press of the Wires X button. Again, I don't want you to confuse this with the Wires X network. This is a Wires X command button, which the Pi-Star UK group has included in your Pi-Star hotspot. In other words, you can control which YSF and FCS reflectors you link to with this same function button. And although you can use it for Wires X on the Yaesu repeaters, or if you have a Wires X node, it also works with a Pi-Star hotspot in selecting reflectors. So again, please don't confuse this with the actual Wires X network. It's just the command button. Okay, quick press of the command button with a release, and you get a couple of beeps, and you see a blinking reflector that was my last link. I'm not currently linked now. Now, you normally go to search and direct, tap on that. I'm using a Yaesu FT2D as my demonstration radio. Okay, I've created 5 folders. You may have seen some of my cross-moding videos from the Fusion radio. I stored a folder with YSF reflectors, FCS reflectors for Fusion, DMR Brandmeister talk groups, NXDN reflectors, and P25 reflectors. So I wanted to separate them. In each folder you can store up to 20 reflectors. So in essence I could store up to 20 YSFs, up to 20 FCS reflectors. That would be a total of 40 in the Fusion world, which is probably more than you'll need for your normal operation. Okay, so you can search by name if it's a YSF reflector, but the quickest way to search is by using the 5-digit reflector number of your YSF reflector. So if you look it up on your YSF reflector list online, find the 5-digit number, and then just do a number search. So you hit ID if it's a YSF reflector and it begins with pound. Okay, so Ohio link is 40557. Okay, and then you just hit the enter key. And there you go. It connected right into Ohio link. You can see that on the radio's display. Okay, if I want to go to America's link, I can hit search all. I can type in America and it's a little bit more difficult. Or if I know the number, I hit ID 32592, enter. And look at that, it connected right to America's link. Now, after you've linked to these, you can store them on your radio as favorites. So if you look in my YSF directory here, I already stored a number of favorites. I've got America Link, CQ UK, C4FM, Ohio Link. There's another one, USKK0TT, US Minwiz, US Wolf Den, Alabama Link, and so forth. Now, once you've stored them, you can just search for them on the list and then highlight them and then just tap on it. So here's going into Carolina Link. There you go. Now, if it's the first time you've gone in, you can add it to your favorites and then store it in whatever folder. I've already stored this one, so I don't need to do it, but you can see here that we're in Carolina Link. So that's the YSF reflectors. It's a little different on the FCS reflectors because the search, you can search by the number, okay, but you don't want to use the pound key. So you go to search and direct. Instead of hitting the ID, which inserts the pound key, just type the 5-digit number. So for example, FCS reflector 00390 is also an America's Link reflector. I can hit the number key, and without hitting that ID, just the numbers 00390, and I messed up, so let me clear that. It's not the most user-friendly typing. You do this correctly. Okay, it's 0, and then I have to go to the right one when I'm duplicating. 039 0. Now I hit the enter key. And there you see FCS 00390. So I can tap on that. Sometimes it doesn't catch, so you have to redo it. There we go, I think. Okay, there it is connected. I can add it. And I'm going to add it to the second folder, FCS. And there we go. It's been added there. So now I can hit the back button a couple of times, and you can see I'm connected to FCS 00390. So I stored those again in a separate folder. Let's say I want to go to, I believe it's 454, 00454. We'll find out, which I think is Texas Nexus. I could be wrong, but let's see. Search and direct, number, 0. I got an arrow to repeat the 0. I think it's 454, but I could be wrong. We'll see what it is. Hit enter. Well, it's QSO America, so I was wrong with the number. You have to look at the FCS reflector list to get the actual number, but it's 00450 is QSO America. Now, if I wanted to add this, I simply tap on it. It didn't connect, so let me try again. Okay, I can add it if I wished to favorites, or I can just leave it connected. I'll add it to the FCS list, and you see it's also added to my favorites. Okay, so that is the way you can actually link into FCS and YSF reflectors. Hit the back button a couple times. Now, let's say you want to unlink from a reflector if there's no traffic at the time. On the FT2D and on similar radios, I think the 3 and maybe the 5D, just press and hold the band button. And it says not connected. And the reflector will be blinking. So you've actually unlinked and you're not linked to anything. And then if you want to relink in, let's say I want to go back to YSF. Let's say I want to go to Ohio link. I can tap on that. And there we go. We're in Ohio link. You can add it if you haven't before. I've already added it, so I don't need to. So there you are linked in. If I want to unlink, just press and hold the band. You've unlinked your reflector. So that's how you can link and unlink reflectors, storing favorite reflectors on both the YSF and FCS reflector list. Remember, when you are searching for a YSF reflector, the quickest way to search is by ID, which puts the pound key in here. Then punch in the 5-digit number, hit the enter key. If it's an FCS reflector, hit search and direct. Do not hit the ID key, just hit the number key. And try and type the 5-digit number and hit enter. And it should allow you to search for it by that name. But that's pretty much it. So you can see you don't have to use the dashboard to link and unlink to your favorite YSF and FCS reflectors. Now, I wanted to show that in this video because I'm surprised how many people are unaware that you can do this with your Yaesu radio on a Pi-Star hotspot. Now, in my next video, I'm going to kind of combine what I've shown in this video and some of the previous videos where I've shown the cross-moding from the YSF radio over to DMR Fusion, or to DMR, NXDN, and P25. I want to show a method of configuration on your Pi-Star hotspot where you can activate all the cross modes, including using your straight YSF FCS reflectors, and without using the dashboard, you can hop from one digital network to another, all with WiresX commands. You can hop from YSF to FCS, to Brandmeister talk groups, to NXDN reflectors, to P25 reflectors, and back to the YSF and FCS world of fusion, and go amongst those 4 digital networks to your heart's content with nothing but WiresX commands. So I'm going to go a little deeper on that and show how you can set up your cross modes for all of those at your fingertips without having to manipulate your dashboard and doing it all from the radio. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you have any comments, please comment below. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at CQ2, the number 2, meters, METERS, at yahoo.com. 73's from K9WLW.